Hello guys, time to play God of War 2. Now technically, we finally here. We beat the Sisters of Fate. We beat all of the Sisters of Fate. And now, the timeline itself is now basically on command ready to go. But also it got a little bizarre because now we are also in command of that. But at least basically we need to make sure that we are basically 100% command.
The power of the Fates resides within these great mirrors. Find your flame, and you will be able to control the mirrors, and use them as a gateway to return to the time when Zeus betrayed you.
Actually, I did not betray Zeus. Don't get me wrong, I'm an asshole, but at least basically Zeus has a good reason for what I did. I mean, okay, true, I been a little bit dickhead to him. It doesn't make any sense. Now you can say, why you freeze time? To get an extra time.
Even now, as you draw your last breath, you continue to defy me. No matter.
Why there's no...
What? How can this be? The Sisters of Fate have aided you. Unexpected. The Sisters are dead. I underestimated you. A mistake I do not intend to repeat.
It doesn't make any sense. Where does this around Kratos and Zeus? And the lines are not fitting enough with the line that he says in the beginning of the game. And why Kratos' blades are blue instead of red? The summon of sacrifice. Don't tell me. The. Where's my barbarian hammer and the spear of destiny? Please don't tell me that technically go back in time, meaning that we are. Wait a minute. Okay, my bad, sorry. So basically I have a theory that basically go back in time to the moment when Zeus basically killed us. But basically although that, Barbarian King, the undead one version, and the rider are not dead. Meaning now they are still alive and well. Come on, girls. What's good, homie? Jesus Christ! But how can I defeat a guy who can throw lightning bolts at me? That's fair, man. That's unfair, dude. Okay.
Your powers are no match for me. I have come to kill you, Zeus. torment of mine. I release you from the life of my son, but your torment is just beginning.
I said to myself, that motherfucker.
You cannot do this, Kratos!
Dare stand against me, Athena?
I do not wish to fight you, Kratos, but I will defend Olympus!
Know this, my son. You have started a war you cannot possibly win.
Damn.
The fates have already deemed
Need me a biatch. What? Biatch. Oh shit. That's okay.
Why do you sacrifice yourself?
To save Olympus.
I do not seek to destroy Olympus, only Zeus.
Zeus is Olympus.
He brought this to himself.
Because of fear, Kratos. A fear felt by his father, Kronos. A fear that wrought the Great War. A fear that drove Zeus to kill you. His own son.
His son.
Just as Zeus was compelled to destroy his father, Kronos. You are compelled to do the same. No son should destroy his own father.
No, I have no father.
God after God will deny you, Kratos. They will protect Zeus. Zeus must live so that Olympus will prevail.
If all on Olympus will deny me my vengeance, then all on Olympus will die. I have lived in the shadow of the gods for long enough. The time of the gods has come to an end.
Damn. Still, why is this base blue? Why are you white? The low chamber. Oh, oh, we have the blade. Oh, the great battle of the Titans. damn nice age, girl.
We have been expecting you, Ghost of Sparta. The gods are far too powerful for us to defeat now.
All Olympus tremble at my name. Zeus is weak. Ares and Athena are dead, and I wield the blade. We can win the Great War, but not in this time. Together, we will destroy the petty gods, and we will see Olympus crumble before us. Come with me, Gaia. Return to my time. Victory awaits. We have faced far worse than this one fallen mortal. But we are the gods. We, the mortals, worship. We, who rule over this land. We, who will not be swept aside by this petulant fool. Gods, put aside the petty grievances that have splintered us for so long. Tonight, we will stand together, and I will wipe out this plague. Olympus will prevail.
Wee.
Zeus, your son has returned. I bring the destruction of Olympus.
The end begins. Well, it was supposed to be no begins since now Athena interrupted us. And that was God of War 2. Negativities. There's no negativities. Like, what's the point to having a negativity when I basically managed to defeat all the enemies without any difficulty and all? Like, I know basically, okay, there were moments with the Medusas and anything, the traps, but I have a really low mind, so there's no negativity to it, because basically I think we do slowly, that's why. At least basically I managed to maneuver just fine with the progress of the story and all. And basically most weapons that I have do get do damage, do really do damage on enemies. Like the Kronos abilities, the both abilities, the Earthquake of Atlas, and the Medusa's Gaze again. Like there's nothing trouble to me, I guess. Positives. At least the old weaponry, like the Barbarian Hammer, the Spear of Destiny, all the 4 magic abilities, managed to give me a really powerful edge to some enemies. I mean, there's no negativity to it. I mean, basically, I managed to act really fast. Okay, they will have a little bit, okay, with the negativity part, I had a little bit trouble with the Zeus final boss fight, but at least basically I managed to get through one, managed to get through his balance just fine. Okay, back to positives. At least basically the idea that technically somehow I managed to get through just fine without any difficulty at all with the idea of defeating the most critical part of the enemies. But it basically I managed to get through just fine and really fast and dainty. There's no negativity to it. The positive was basically the Barbarian Hammer, the Spear of Destiny, and the 4 magical abilities. That's all. Let's look at the story of now Kratos once again have a race with the gods, but technically one rageful moment managed to get the gods into place to kill Kratos, mostly Zeus. But technically now the Titans now basically help Kratos to go to the Sisters of Fate to range to the moment when trying to get betrayed by Zeus, and he did return, but with the allies on his side and some dead betrayers over there, like basically the last Spartan. Now basically just the last Spartan. Now basically all this trouble now to go to Zeus' fate, Manos get rid of his money for Zeus and all of that. And now basically the beginning will end normally by from Kratos, but now this time with Titans on his side. The point to say is that technically they did not change the hero bar, they did not change the abilities of all of that. That makes sense. They didn't change neither the abilities and all of that when it comes to some of the waveforms. And that makes sense because basically this game was back in 2007 and God of War 1 was released back in 2001 at this point forward of that time. Let alone of this moment right here. I don't know what I believe to myself that. And it's basically God of War 2 is basically like a sort of way of moment that I'm trying to show you that at least it's part of the progression of the idea though. Let alone what I believe out to myself. Let's do my ideas though. And even though it was basically like a sort of way of awesome game that tried to show you some moments that portrays Kratos technically now finally is basically has some team ups. So for example, like I said before, have you noticed technically it depends on Kratos. For example, the one game is on the god side, which basically the gods give him abilities and it's on rage mode. Now it's the time this time, which basically is on rage mode, plus with a bit of the Titans. It depends basically the story, the continuity of which side Kratos is in. I mean, God of War Ascension was basically his son, that makes sense. I mean, basically it wasn't actually his son, but you get the point. God of War Chains of Olympus, God of War 1 was basically on the God side, and God of War 2 was on the Titan side. At this point of the story of God of War. And basically that Kratos is basically more like have his own time and fate itself to change his own fate. And basically going to the Titan side this time. But let's see how it's gonna go this way, because basically this is going to be the end of the all about this. And even though it's all about going back in time, killing the last Spartan by accident, going right there and there, go facing out the champions. I mean, basically Kratos was the only guy that can survive through everything. Like Kratos managed to was the first model to go reach the Pandora's box. Now basically this is the first model that managed to go to this fate. Now it's just to change his fate, but to kill the damn bitches. Just to change his own fate. Just to change his own fate. Here you go. But the idea is basically just that. It's just like that. Because all that we put all this together, like basically Kratos is built different. Like I said before, defeating enemies old and new. I mean the barbarian basically guy is coming. I mean instead of decapitation, now just smash his head like a bitch. Disgusting. Anyways, killing new enemies and old enemies. Going to one island, facing at the first one temple, going up and down with the idea of Atlas, and facing the fates. Facing Zeus, and all of that just because you want to kill Zeus, but all that goes for waste because of one woman. But now you got the second chance, but this time all our giants on your side right now. Was that doubt? A great game, an awesome game, remind, and that end. Peace.